Is Midland safe? That's the #1 question that I get when people are moving into the area, and we're gonna be breaking all of that down in this video. All right, so let's get right into it. Like I said, the question that people always ask me is Midland a safe place for you to live? And this is a little bit of a loaded question, right? Because safe to one person is not safe to the other person. But I've lived in Midland for 29 years. I was born and raised here, left for a little while, and then I came back. So in this video, what I want to talk about is a little bit about the community, the crime rate, and then one of the other factors that people probably don't think about whenever they think about safety is traffic here in our area. That is actually a really big issue that we kind of need to talk about and that you need to be looking out for if you're thinking about moving here to Midland. And so let's talk a little bit about the community. I left Midland in 2002, and whenever I left, Midland still had a small town vibe, right? You could go around and you could see someone that you knew almost every single day that you were around here. The population was a little bit lower. Population has now grown, especially since there's been this boom in the oil industry here, right? There are a lot of people that are moving into the area from a lot of other areas, right? Before, especially when I was in high school and grade school, most of the people in this area that worked here were from here. You didn't have a lot of people moving from outside states in order to come to Midland in order to work. But all of that has changed here in the recent times. People are moving in, they're moving out, they're just coming here just to even try out the oil industry, which back in the day wasn't even a thought. I still have to make the shift in my mind. I'm like, you're moving to Midland? Okay, sounds good. All right, so that's still new for a lot of us here. And so there's really two groups of people that you're gonna find here in Midland. You have the locals, and then you have folks that are moving here from out of town. And most of the people that are moving into the area are moving here for work. And then they're also moving here, surprisingly, because housing is cheaper here than it is in a lot of other parts of the country. And so now that you have more people moving in, that is a cause for concern for a lot of people as far as crime rate goes, traffic, and just is Midland a safe place to live, right? And so it's a lot different here now than it was, like I said, in the past. All right, before we get to the next point, I just want to let you know if you need any help moving to the Midland, Texas area, you can reach out to me any way that you feel comfortable. You can give us a call, shoot us a text, schedule a Zoom, or comment below down on this video. And you can find all of my contact information here in the description below. Okay, so let's move right into now crime here in Midland, Texas. All right, and so whenever you look at the crime rate, you really have to be able to decipher through the information and through the data, because what's safe to some people might not be safe to others. But I'm gonna be giving you my take on what I feel about the safety of Midland after we go through all these stats, right? Okay, we're gonna look at the crime rates on the map that they've got here, and you can see here, according to the color categories, which parts of the city are actually safe and which parts of the city are actually not safe. And if you take a look at it here, like it says in their analysis, the northwest portion of Midland is usually gonna be the safest part according to crimes that are going on. And then on the eastern side, you'll be able to see here that there's more crimes that go on the eastern and on the south side of Midland as well. So as I look at this, I think your lifestyle pretty much determines how safe you're gonna be, right? And so if you hang out with people that are doing petty things, that are dealing with crime, those sorts of things, then those things are probably gonna happen to you. You also need to make sure you keep yourself safe. You need to do your part as well whenever you are, just leaving your stuff out or anything like that. We also have information from Midland Police Department. In 2021, all crimes were down across the board in 2021. So there was a total of 3,067 reported crimes in Midland compared to 3,800 in 2020. And so that is down over the last year. My wife is actually not from the Midland area. She's from Arizona. She grew up in Arizona. But my wife feels totally safe living in Midland. Now, does she go out walking at night when the sun goes down? Absolutely not. She's not gonna be out by herself with our kids in a dark alley. You know what I mean? And so no matter what city you go to in any part of America, there will always be good parts of town and there will always be bad parts of town, and there will always be people that are looking to do harm to you. But for the most part, this town is a very safe town. Most people are looking to raise their family and go to work, and that's what they're looking to do. If this is your first time visiting our channel and you're getting any value from this video, I want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Okay, now on to the next part of the video here. One item that you might not think about whenever you're thinking about the safety of a town is going to be actually traffic, right? Traffic is a big deal here in Midland. Especially with more people coming in, stressing out our infrastructure more and more. Our infrastructure was not made for the number of people that we have here. But that is one thing that we need to look at, or that you need to be thinking about or cognizant of whenever you're moving to the area. Not that, you know, the amount of crashes or anything like that is a reason for you not to move here, but it is something that you can keep on your mind so that you can be vigilant of, especially when it comes to driving. So you want to be a defensive driver here in the Permian Basin is what I'm going to tell you, right? And so let's look at some of the numbers here for crashes in Midland here. Now, they're actually down from the years past. And as I look at the numbers here, in 2021, there were basically almost 2,700 crashes. And in 2020, there were 2,600. But if you look in 2018 and 2019, that number was above 4,000. 4,000 crashes here in the area. And I mean, a lot of those are non-injury crashes, but some of those do result in injuries as well. But the majority are non-injury crashes. So in the grand scheme of things, moving back to Midland, I absolutely feel safe. There's no area for myself in Midland where it's like, oh, I don't feel safe in this town. And I feel good about my wife and my kids driving around, going to see things, going out to movies, that sorts of thing. And so if you're looking for a safe place, comparatively speaking, I think Midland is one of the safest places that you can be in the United States. Okay, so if you still have questions about safe places or safe areas in Midland, feel free to shoot me a message and I'd love to talk to you about it. And speaking of safe areas, if you're looking for the top 5 things to do with your kids, then this is gonna be a great video for you to check out next.